Hello, Mare. If you're watching this, most likely, nakuha mo na yung free e-workbook natin na kumikita naman ako, pero bakit parang walang natitira? And in this short financial literacy session, gusto kong samahan ka na tingnan yung bigger picture ng pera natin. This is not about pagiging perfect sa pera. It's also not about kung magkano dapat yung kinikita mo. Ang goal lang natin today is very simple. Yung mas maintindihan natin kung nasan tayo ngayon, saan natin gustong makarating, at ano yung pwede nating gawin para mas maging prepared tayo financially. So, tara, simulan na natin. Doon sa workbook, ang focus natin doon is understanding kung saan napupunta yung pera natin. Kasi minsan nagtatrabaho naman tayo, sumusweldo naman, nagbabayad ng mga responsibilities, pero every month, parang pareho lagi yung tanong. Saan na naman napunta? 'Di ba? So, I'm sure many of you na tanong na rin 'yan sa sarili ninyo, 'no? So, this time, gusto kong lumayo tayo ng konti sa day-to-day expenses at tingnan natin yung bigger financial picture. Kasi hindi lang naman today yung kailangan natin paghandaan. Pero bago tayo pumunta sa future, tingnan muna natin kung ano usually yung nangyayari sa pera natin ngayon. Simple lang naman usually ang cycle. May income, may expenses, tapos kung ano yung matira, yun yung savings. Ang problema, minsan walang natitira. And this doesn't automatically mean na irresponsible tayo. May bills kasi 'di ba? May bills, may groceries, tuition fee ng mga bata, utang na binabayaran, pamasahe, needs ng mga anak, no? Minsan may mga unexpected expenses pa. Um, Kaya ang tanong isn't simply, "Bakit ang gastos ko?" I think a better question should be, paano ko ba mina-manage yung pera na pumapasok, okey? Usually kasi ganito tayo, income minus expenses equals savings. Meaning, gagastusin muna natin lahat ng kailangan tapos kung may matira, saka tayo nagse-save. Kaso alam naman natin, minsan or most of the time, wala naman talagang natitira, 'no? So, kaya one habit that we can slowly practice is income minus savings equals expenses. Okay? Income, 'pag dumating ang income, ibawas mo muna yung savings, unahin mong itabi yung savings. Tapos yung matitira, yun yung pagkakasyahin for expenses. Alright? But this doesn't mean naman na kailangan malaki agad, no? Let's say you have 200 pesos or 500 pesos or 1,000 pesos na kaya mong itabi realistically every month. Okay lang yun. Okay? Again, start with what you can. Ang importante, hindi palaging leftover lang. Kung magkano lang yung matira, yun lang yung mapupunta sa future mo. So, mas maganda kung meron kang dedicated amount, 'di ba? Na consistently tinatabi mo every month kahit maliit pa 'yan. Now, zoom out tayo. If we think about an entire lifetime, roughly tens of thousands of days lang talaga yung meron tayo. Approximately, we have 28,000 days or ano yan, kung kukumpute natin, parang nasa 80 years. That's the average lifespan na nabubuhay ang mga tao. Pero hindi naman natin alam exactly kung gaano kahaba yung buhay natin. Hindi natin sure kung aabot tayo ng 80, di ba? Pero here's what we do know. Hindi lahat ng araw na yun working years natin, 'di ba? Kung mabubuhay ka ng 80 years, hindi mo naman gagamitin yung buong 80 years na yun para mag-work, 'di ba? And we have different life stages. May childhood, may school years, and eventually darating din yung time na either ayaw mo nang magtrabaho or hindi mo na kayang magtrabaho the same way as what you're doing right now, 'di ba? So meron lang tayong certain window where we can actively earn and prepare. So let's look at the different stages ng buhay. So syempre mag-start tayo with Yung bata pa tayo nag-aaral, then eventually magkakaroon ng first job, career, maybe business, 'di ba? Then many of us, family comes in, 'di ba? Nagkakaroon ng sariling anak, nakakabili ng sariling bahay, nagpapaaral ng mga anak, 'di ba? Nagkakaroon ng maraming responsibilities. Then later, maybe another career, another business, and eventually retirement. Do'n naman tayo lahat papunta, 'di ba? So habang nagbabago yung life stage natin, habang nagbabago yung stage ng buhay natin, nagbabago rin yung financial responsibilities natin. So quick question, ikaw, nasaan ka na ngayon? Nasaang life stage ka? And more importantly, ano yung next stage na kailangan mong paghandaan? So ito rin yung gusto kong maalala natin, hindi forever pareho ang ability nating kumita. Puwedeng tumaas ang income natin, puwedeng magkaroon ng better opportunities, pero puwede ring magkaroon ng panahon na bumaba o temporarily mawala yung income. Kaya habang may income tayo ngayon, dapat hindi lang yung question na 'to yung tinatanong natin sa sarili natin, yung question na, "Ano ba yung puwede kong mabili ngayon o ano ang mabibili ko sa pera ko ngayon?" Dapat iniisip din natin, ano yung puwede nating ihanda habang kaya pa nating kumita. And this brings us to a question na medyo uncomfortable pero very important, 'no? What if temporarily tumigil yung income mo? Many reasons, 'di ba? There are many reasons for that to happen. Puwedeng nawalan ka ng trabaho, puwedeng humina yung business, 'no? Puwedeng kailangan mong mag-stop muna kasi may health problem or nagkaroon ng family responsibilities, ganyan. So, hindi naman natin kailangang matakot dun sa mga possibilities na yun. Maraming puwedeng mangyari sa totoo lang, 'di ba? Pero again, we should always ask ourselves, if my income stopped today, gaano katagal kaya kayang tumakbo ng household namin, 'no? Kaya ba niyan 1 month? Kaya ba ng 3 months, 6 months? So, kung hindi mo pa alam yung sagot ngayon, okey lang. At least ngayon alam na natin na kailangan natin siyang tignan. So, habang nagpaplano tayo financially, may 4 questions akong gustong pag-isipan mo, okay? These are the 4 questions. Una, what if hindi ka na makapag-work for some time? Yan, again, there are many reasons why this would happen, 'no? Hindi ka na makapag-work. Pero most of the time, one of the biggest reasons para mag-work or para mag-stop yung work mo is because yun nga, nagkaroon ng malalang sakit, 'di ba? Another question, what if may unexpected na mangyari along the way? Marami ding puwedeng mangyari, 'di ba? Accidents happen many times, especially these past few days nag-uulan 'no, maraming accidents na nangyayari sa daan, 'no? 'Yan. And another one, what if mahaba ang buhay ko at kailangan kong suportahan ang sarili ko long after my working years? 'Yan, ito yung dumadating na sa retirement stage, 'di ba? Humaba yung buhay mo at kailangan mo suportahan yung sarili mo, 'di ba? Siyempre 'pag retired ka na, wala ka ng work pero umaandar pa rin yung gastos. Monthly meron ka pa ring binabayaran ng mga bills and you still have to buy your personal needs, 'no? 'Yan. So, next question, paano ko popondahan or popondohan yung goals ng pamilya ko? 'Yan. So, siyempre our families have growing needs that we have to support, 'no? 'Yan. So, yung mga questions na 'to, hindi naman natin kailangang sagutin lahat ngayon. Ang purpose ng questions na 'to is to help us see that financial planning isn't just about saving money. Hindi talaga siya just about saving money. It's about preparing for life. Okay? So, para hindi complicated, hatiin natin into 4 buckets. So, we have today, emergencies, dreams, and future. Alright? So, yan lang muna. Yan lang muna yung 4 na buckets na tingnan natin. So, pag tinitingnan mo yung pera mo, it's better to ask questions like, may napupunta ba sa bawat 4 buckets na 'to? Yan, hawak mo yung pera mo 'no, tingnan mo siya. These 4 buckets, may napupunta ba dito, 'no? Well, hindi naman kailangang pantay-pantay agad na dapat dito sa today meron akong savings na ganitong amount, dapat same na yan with my emergency, the dreams, and the future. Hindi naman kailangang sabay-sabay na perfect agad yung mga funds mo for these 4 buckets. Pero at least alam na natin kung ano yung mga dapat pinaghahandaan natin. So let's look at today. Ito kasi yung easiest makita kasi ito yung araw-araw nating buhay, 'di ba? Nagbabayad tayo ng bills, bumibili ng mga groceries, nagbabayad ng utilities, 'di ba? Pamasahe, utang, pangangailangan ng pamilya. Obviously, important 'tong mga 'to. Pero ang challenge is, kapag lahat ng income natin napupunta dito sa today, wala nang maiiwan para dun sa ibang 3 buckets natin, 'di ba? So, ang goal is not to lessen your enjoyment now, but to have a balance between living today and preparing for tomorrow. All right? Next bucket is emergencies. So ito yung mga bagay na hindi natin ini-schedule. Health expenses, bigla ang pagkakasakit, no? Job loss, repairs, family emergencies, income interruption. So, hindi natin alam kung kailan sila darating. Pero that doesn't mean naman na wala tayong puwedeng gawin. Kaya meron tayong emergency fund, 'di ba? And other forms of financial protection. Ang point isn't to expect something bad, but to make sure na 'pag may nangyari, 'no, hindi isang emergency lang ang sisira sa lahat ng ibang financial goals natin. Okay? Now, let's go to the third bucket. This is dreams. Yan. Ito naman yung mga mas exciting, no? We're talking about your dream house. Makapagpatapos ng mga anak ng pag-aaral, di ba? Yung mag-travel locally or abroad, to have your own business maybe, dream vehicle, no? Whatever matters to you. Kasi lahat naman tayo may pangarap, di ba? Pero here's something important. A dream becomes easier to plan kapag nilagyan natin ng number at deadline. So instead of saying gusto kong makapag-ipon para sa education ng anak ko, I think a better way to ask that is magkano ba yung kailangan ko para sa education ng anak ko in the future? And kailan ko siya kailangan? Yan. So, lalagyan natin ng number at ng deadline. Para mas madali natin siyang maabot, 'di ba? Kasi when a dream uh, starts to have numbers and deadline, ayan, nagiging ano na siya, financial goal. Okay? So let's go to the fourth bucket. This is future. So ito yung madaling i-postpone kasi parang ang layo pa, 'di ba? Especially retirement. Yan. Maraming mga tao hindi nila pinag-iisipan masyado yung retirement kasi sabi nila bata pa naman ako eh, no? Matagal pa yung retirement na yan. Pero gusto kong isipin natin ang retirement differently. Kasi it's not just about the numbers, no? Kasi iniisip ng marami. Retirement is when you reach the age of 60 or 65. Yan yung retirement, 'di ba? Pero let's think of it differently. Retirement is simply that point in your life when you no longer want or need to depend entirely on working every day for income, 'di ba? Pwede kang mag-retire ng mas maaga eh, 'di ba? Kung gusto mo ng 45 mag-retire ka na or 50, 55, as long as hindi ka na dependent sa working every day, pwede ka na mag-retire, 'di ba? You do whatever you wanna do, like sige gawin mo pa rin yung business na yan, gawin mo pa rin yung trabaho na yan, pero mas masarap na ginagawa mo siya kasi ine-enjoy mo lang siya. Parang libangan mo na lang. O magtindahan ka diyan, okey lang yun kasi wala ka namang ibang gagawin, eh, 'no? 'Pag retired ka na, alangan naman tumunganga ka lang, baka manghina ka 'pag hindi ka na kumikilos, 'di ba? So you can still do, your business or your work, pero hindi yung tipong gagawin mo siya kasi wala kang choice, 'pag hindi mo siya ginawa wala kang kakainin, 'no? So yun lang yun. Mas masarap na kahit di ka na mag-work, 'no, meron ka pa ring inaasahang pera, yun. Yun yung masarap na retirement. So kapag dumating yung panahon na ayaw mo na or hindi ka na makapag-work the same way, saan manggagaling yung pera mo? Yan, 'di ba? Saan manggagaling yung pera mo? Ayaw mo na mag-work, gusto mo 50, ayaw mo na mag-work, okey lang yun. Pero saan manggagaling yung pera mo? Saan ka aasa, 'di ba? Paano ka mabubuhay? Yun. So the earlier we ask that question, the more options we usually have. Alright? So now, paano natin gagawing mas actionable lahat ng 'to? So we have to make our goals SMART. Ano ba yung SMART? SMART is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So, instead of saying gusto kong makapag-ipon, try saying, I want to build a 30,000 starter emergency fund within 12 months. Yan. So again, may amount ka at may timeline. 'Di ba? So 30,000 starter emergency fund within 12 months. Ngayon, i-divide mo yan. Pag dinivide mo yan sa 12 months, yung 30,000, that's around 2,500 per month. Diba? Kasi yun yung goal mo, magkaroon ka ng 30,000 emergency fund. So kung iipunin mo yun in 12 months, dapat nagtatabi ka ng 2,500 monthly. So ngayon, tingnan mo, realistic ba? Kaya mo ba magtabi ng 2,500 per month para makabuo ka ng emergency fund na 30,000? If not, ano yung amount na kaya mong simulan? 'Di ba? So, yun yung tinatawag na planning. Okay? That's planning. Alright. So, let's go to the last one. Ayan. Ito yung another factor. Very important din ito. That is time. Ayan, time is key. So, the earlier we start preparing for our long-term goals, the more time our money potentially has to grow. So, you might hear about something called the Rule of 72. Yan. I'm not sure if you've heard of that. It's a very old concept, no? Rule of 72 simply is a concept na ginagamit natin para malaman natin kung kailan dodoble yung pera natin. Okay? At a given rate of return. Ayan. So, sa mga hindi pa nakakarinig about the Rule of 72, dinidiscuss namin ito whenever we have our financial literacy. If you'd like to hear more details about this, you can message me and we can talk about this, okay? But yeah, again, it's a simple educational shortcut na ginagamit para malaman mo kung kailan dodoble ang pera mo at a given rate of return. So, hindi siya guaranteed, and actual returns can vary, of course. But the bigger lesson here isn't the formula. The lesson is that time matters. Okay? Very important yan. Time matters. So, kaya minsan, starting small starting small today can be more useful than waiting years until kaya na nating magsimula ng malaki. No? Kaya nga sabi ko kanina, di ba? Kung di mo kaya magtabi ng 2,500 per month, magkano yung kaya mong simulan? Magkano yung kaya mong i-commit every month na itatabi mo? Di ba? Para meron kang emergency fund. Yan. Okay? So, quick check tayo. Yan. Hindi mo kailangan sabihin sa akin yung mga sagot, 'no? Ang dami nating questions today, alright? But these questions are very important. Ayan. So, quick check, ano ba yung mga questions na yan? Una, ayan, tanungin mo sa sarili mo, meron ka na bang emergency fund? Okay. Next, alam mo ba kung ano yung approximate monthly expenses mo? Baka mamaya gastos ka lang ng gastos, hindi mo alam magkano talaga yung ginagastos mo monthly, di ba? Alright. Next, meron ka bang separate savings for your important goals? Next is, if mawalan ka ng income temporarily, yan, prepared ka ba or prepared ba ang family mo? Okay? Next, do you have plans for your long-term goals? Yan. So, di ba ang dami nating questions today? Alright. But again, they're very important for you to realize, di ba? Kung nasan ka ngayon financially at saan mo talaga gustong makarating sa iyong financial goals. Ayan. So, kung maraming no, kung ang sagot mo sa most of these questions ay no, that's okay, no judgment, alright? Hindi ibig sabihin nun failure ka sa pag-handle ng iyong pera. It simply tells us kung saan tayo pwedeng magsimula, okay? And essentially, ganito ang financial planning. Iisipin mo nasan ka ngayon financially. Ano yung income mo, ano yung expenses mo, savings na naitatabi mo, ano yung mga existing resources mo and obligations, okay? Dapat alam mo yung mga yan. Tapos, isipin mo rin, saan mo gustong makarating? Ano yung financial goals mo talaga? Gusto mo ba makapag-ipon ka for your emergency fund? Makapag-ipon para sa pagpatapos ng pag-aaral ng mga anak? Magpatayo ng bahay? Makapag-ipon for retirement? Di ba? Or maybe you have other family goals, no? So, between those, okay, between the current situation and your financial dream or financial goal, merong gap. May gap dun sa dalawang point na yon. And hindi pare-pareho ang gap ng bawat tao. So kahit marami kang mapanood ng mga financial videos online, hindi necessarily applicable lahat yun sa situation mo. Kasi personal finance is personal. Iba-iba naman tayo ng financial situations. And that's exactly why we do financial needs analysis. Yan. So everything that we've talked about today is general financial education. Pero syempre, iba yung numbers mo, iba yung responsibilities mo, iba rin yung goals mo, no? Kasi kaya if you want to take this one step further, we can do a financial needs analysis or FNA. This is like your personal financial checkup. So dito natin titingnan kung nasan ka ngayon financially, ano yung priorities and goals mo, and kung may mga gaps na kailangan mong paghandaan. So from there, mas magiging clear kung ano yung practical next steps na pwede mong gawin based on your actual situation. And don't worry, again, no judgment here. Everything or all information that you will be sharing with me will be kept confidential, of course. Okay? So, hindi mo kailangan maging perfect sa pera bago tayo mag-usap. Kaya nga tayo mag-check para malaman natin kung nasan ka ngayon at kung saan magandang magsimula. Okay? So, if you're ready to take a closer look at your own numbers, click the button below. And yeah, there's a button below this video and book your free financial needs analysis. I'd be happy to sit down with you and go through it together. Okay? So that's it. I hope may mga bago kang natutunan today. And more importantly, mas naging clear sa'yo kung saan mo gustong dalhin yung finances mo. So again, my name is Aileen, your Bulacanyo Smart Mom and a licensed financial consultant. Click the button below, book your schedule, and I'll see you in our session.